Funchal, in a small tin-roofed house in Funchal, on the Portuguese island of Madeira, a woman named Dolores Aveiro carried a pregnancy she didn't believe she could afford. Her husband, José Diniz Aveiro, worked as a municipal gardener and part-time kit man for a local football club, and the family, already stretched thin across 3 children, had no room, financially or otherwise, for a fourth. Dolores would later write in her memoir that she tried to end the pregnancy herself, drinking scalding beer and running until she collapsed, hoping her body would do what she couldn't bring herself to arrange. It didn't work. On February 5, 1985, she gave birth to a boy her husband named after his favorite actor, the American President Ronald Reagan, Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro. Diniz Aveiro was also a war veteran, having served in Portugal's colonial conflict in Mozambique, and he came home carrying it in the form of a drinking problem that never left him. He wasn't cruel to his children by every account, but he was absent in the way alcoholism makes people absent even when they're in the room. It was Dolores who cooked and cleaned to hold the family together, and it was Diniz, in his more present moments, who put a ball at his youngest son's feet and pointed him toward Andorinha, the local club. By age 12, Ronaldo's talent had outgrown the island. Sporting Clube de Portugal signed him into their Lisbon academy, and the boy who left Madeira was, by his own later description, devastated by the separation mocked for his accent, homesick in a way that bordered on breakdown, with no family within reach. He didn't go home. He trained instead, obsessively, turning the isolation into fuel in a pattern that would define the rest of his life. By his own account and those close to him, he channeled every bit of that loneliness directly into training, a habit that would define him for decades. Ronaldo made his senior debut for Sporting in October 2002, scoring twice, and by the following August he had done enough to draw the attention of Manchester United manager Alex Ferguson, who watched him dismantle United's defense in a pre-season friendly and decided on the spot that his players would not face this teenager again unless he was wearing their badge. United paid Sporting roughly $19 million in August 2003, an enormous fee for an unproven 18-year-old winger known more for stepovers than end product. The end product came. Over 6 seasons at Old Trafford, Ronaldo transformed from a flashy dribbler into arguably the most complete forward in the world, winning 3 Premier League titles, the Champions League in 2008, and his first Ballon d'Or that same year, named on all 96 ballots cast. He won his first Ballon d'Or at 23, named on all 96 ballots. It was during this Manchester United period, in September 2005, that his father died in London at 51, his body finally failing under the weight of decades of drinking. Ronaldo did not attend the funeral. He played a match that same evening instead, a decision that split opinion at the time but which he later described not as coldness but as the only way he knew how to survive the grief, channeling it, as he always had, into performance. He has said in interviews since that watching his father die slowly of alcoholism is the reason he has never touched a drink in his own life. In July 2009, Real Madrid paid Manchester United a then world record fee, roughly $94 million, to bring Ronaldo to the Bernabeu. What followed over the next 9 years is, statistically, the single greatest scoring stretch by any player in the history of the sport. He won La Liga twice, for Champions League titles, and 4 Ballon d'Ors during his time in Madrid, at one point scoring 46 league goals in a single season, the most prolific of his career. He and Barcelona's Lionel Messi spent the better part of a decade trading records and trophies in a rivalry that reshaped how the sport was watched and marketed worldwide. But the Madrid years also brought the beginning of his most serious legal exposure. In 2017, Spanish prosecutors accused Ronaldo of 4 counts of tax fraud, alleging that between 2011 and 2014 he had used shell companies based in the British Virgin Islands and Ireland to conceal roughly a $14.7 million in income generated from his image rights allegations entirely separate from his club salary. Ronaldo denied wrongdoing and told the court he felt victimized by Spanish authorities. In January 2019, by then playing for Juventus, he agreed to a settlement: a guilty plea, an $18.8 million fine, and a 2-year suspended prison sentence that, under Spanish law for first-time offenders, meant no time behind bars. He left the courthouse smiling, signing autographs on his way to a waiting car. That same period brought a far graver allegation back into public view. In September 2018, A former Nevada teacher and model named Catherine Mayorga went public through the German magazine Der Spiegel, alleging that Ronaldo had raped her in a penthouse suite at the Palms Casino Resort in Las Vegas in June 2009, and that she had been pressured into a $375,000 confidentiality settlement the following year to keep it quiet. Ronaldo called the allegation categorically false, tweeting that rape was an abominable crime that goes against everything that I am and that I believe in. Las Vegas police reopened their investigation. In 2019, Clark County's district attorney declined to file criminal charges, citing insufficient evidence to prove the case beyond a reasonable doubt after so much time had passed. Mayorga's separate civil lawsuit, seeking to void the original settlement and recover further damages, worked through federal court for years before a judge dismissed it in 2022, sanctioning her lead attorney for using improperly obtained documents. An appeals panel later heard arguments on reviving the case. Ronaldo has maintained throughout that the encounter was consensual. If the club career made him rich and occasionally controversial, the national team made him a symbol. Ronaldo had carried the burden of being Portugal's talisman since his teens, and for years the criticism was consistent. Brilliant, but never a winner on the biggest international stage. That changed at Euro 2016 in France. In the final against host nation France, Ronaldo was carried off on a stretcher in tears just 25 minutes in, his knee unable to hold up after a collision. Rather than leave, he spent the rest of the match on the touchline in a suit, screaming instructions, gesturing, coaching his teammates through extra time as if he'd never left the pitch. Portugal won 1-0. Ronaldo lifted the trophy on crutches. It remains, for many, the single most emotionally resonant image of his entire career, the captain who couldn't play, refusing to leave anyway. He would go on to become the all-time leading scorer in men's international football, eventually surpassing Iran's Ali Day's long-standing record with a brace against Ireland in September 2021. His 110th and 111th goals for Portugal. He later added 2 UEFA Nations League titles to his resume, and in the summer of 2026, at 41 years old, he played his 6th World Cup, becoming, with a brace against Uzbekistan, the first man to score at 6 different World Cups before Portugal were eliminated by Spain in the round of 16, a tournament he confirmed afterward would be his last. Ronaldo left Real Madrid for Juventus in the summer of 2018 in a $17 million transfer, a decision he attributed partly to feeling undervalued by club president Florentino Perez, despite delivering Madrid's 13th European Cup. In Turin, he won 2 Serie A titles and became the first player in history to be top scorer in the English, Spanish, and Italian top flights, but he never delivered the Champions League that had been the unspoken purpose of the move. And in 2021, he returned to Manchester United in an emotional, boyhood club homecoming that briefly felt like the closing chapter of the story. It didn't stay that way. Ronaldo finished his only full season back at United as the club's top scorer, but relations with manager Erik ten Hag deteriorated badly through 2022, culminating in a combative interview with Piers Morgan in which Ronaldo said he felt betrayed by the club and had no respect for ten Hag. United terminated his contract by mutual agreement that November. Weeks later, he signed with Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr, a move that made him, at the time, the highest-paid athlete in team sports history, and that accelerated a wave of aging global superstars into the Saudi Pro League behind him. A career built on explosive physical dominance for over 2 decades came at a physical cost that Ronaldo managed more successfully than almost any athlete in history, largely through a training and recovery regimen that became as famous as his goals. 6 small meals a day, cryotherapy chambers, and a sleep routine broken into 5 90-minute segments rather than a single continuous block, all built around the same discipline forged in his father's absence. Even so, injuries accumulated, persistent knee and hamstring problems through his 30s, the Euro 2016 final knee injury, muscle strains that increasingly appeared on his medical record as he pushed his body into his 40s, a career length almost no elite forward in the modern game has matched. Ronaldo's personal life after his playing career's midpoint became inseparable from his relationship with Georgina Rodriguez, a Spanish-Argentine model he met while she was working at a Gucci store in Madrid in 2016. Their household grew to include 5 children across surrogacy and Rodriguez's own pregnancies. His son, Cristiano Jr., born in 2010 to a mother he has never publicly named. Twins Eva and Mateo, born via surrogate in 2017. And daughter Alana Martina, born to Rodriguez the same year. In October 2021, the couple announced Rodriguez was pregnant with twins again. In April 2022, she gave birth, but only one of the twins survived. Ronaldo wrote in a joint statement, "It is with our deepest sadness we have to announce that our baby boy has passed away. It is the greatest pain that any parent can feel. Only the birth of our baby girl can give us the strength to live this moment with some hope and happiness." Their surviving daughter was later named Bella Esmeralda. Rodriguez has since spoken publicly, through her Netflix series, about the depth of that grief and the way Ronaldo pushed her to keep moving forward through it, recalling that he told her simply, "Gio, get on with life. It'll do you good." By 2026, at 41, Cristiano Ronaldo had scored more official goals than any player in the history of men's football, over 970 by most counts. Across Sporting, Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, Al Nassr, and Portugal, 5 Ballon d'Ors, 5 Champions Leagues, league titles in 4 different countries, and a European championship lifted on crutches. He is, by nearly every statistical measure the sport keeps, the most decorated and productive forward the game has produced. He is also a man whose ledger includes an admitted tax fraud settlement worth nearly $19 million, a rape allegation he has always denied, and that no court ever found him guilty of, criminally declined for prosecution. Civilly dismissed on procedural grounds, and a life built, by his own repeated account, in direct reaction against a father he loved but could never quite reach. A man whose alcoholism took him at 51, and whose absence Ronaldo has spent every year since trying to outrun. Through sheer, relentless output. The tin-roofed house in Funchal and the trophy cabinets that followed it are not separate stories. They are the same one, and Ronaldo has never pretended otherwise, dedicating goals to the sky on his father's birthday. Decades after the funeral he chose not to attend, because playing even then was the only language he fully trusted.